We're going to do a quick tutorial right now on how we can easily put video onto an HTML5 page. So this is replacing an earlier video that I did. This is going to be a little bit easier approach. The other one was much more code-based, so you'll probably prefer this one. So I'm starting off on our class website. Let's see, I have these demo files here to download, so you can download week8.zip. I've already downloaded it, decompressed it, and what it gave me was a video reference material folder, which I have copied right here into my project 3 demo folder. So this is sitting, see, in my local root folder. So if you're following along, you can download those, decompress them, put the resulting folder into your project 3 demo folder. So it's this video reference material. Now the text file here is actually code, so that is some sample code right there. And the old approach to this was working with the code there, copy pasting code. I'm going to show you an easier way to go about it in Dreamweaver at this point. The other thing I have in here is a short movie for you. So it's called waitingforcoffee.mov. This is just a quick video clip that I did on my phone. This is sitting at a cafe downtown one morning. Look, it was raining at the time, and I was waiting for some coffee. So I shot a quick video right there. So that's what I'm going to place on a page. So that is an MOV or a movie file. Now, unfortunately, that file is not compatible. I cannot directly place it onto an HTML5 page. Now, the advantage to going with HTML5, by the way, is that in HTML5 they have created a new video tag, and it's going to make this much simpler. In the past, in earlier versions, we had to use a plugin to play video, whether it be Real Player or Flash or something like that. So it's going to be simpler, but I do need to convert this file over into a format that's going to work better for me. So I need to go find a quick, there we go, Miro Video Converter is a little utility app that I'm going to use to convert this. There's a link to it on the page if you want to go download a copy onto your own machine. There are other ways to do the conversion. In fact, there are even websites that'll convert it for you. They tend to be, it's going to take longer because you would have to take the file, upload it to the site, convert it to 3 different formats, and then download each of those 3 files. So be a little bit time consuming. And then the other thing is that video is pretty large. In fact, this file right here, this is a 16-second file, and it is 1.6 megs in size. So it adds up very quickly. So anyway, the first thing we need to do is we need to convert this video over into a format that we can use. So I'm just going to take the file here, and I can drag and drop it over into the utility program. You see that it loads it right there. And now I'm going to go pick the formats that I need. So if you look down here, they talk about different hardware that you can be putting it to, but I'm just going to go to Format, and then right here I'm going to go find Video. Okay. You see that there are 4 different things offered here. There's actually 3 different formats here. So there's WebM, MP4, and Ogg-Theora. So those are the 3 formats that we need to place on our page. However, WebM is offered as a high def or a standard def version, HD or SD. I'm just going to pick standard def because it doesn't really matter for this video right here. So I've selected it, and I'm just going to push the convert button, and away it goes. So again, this is only a 16-second file, and it's going to take a little bit of time to convert it to this version. The other files go a lot faster, but this one takes a little bit longer. So we're going to just watch this thing convert, and we're getting there. And as soon as it's done, I'm going to go ahead and select my next format. Okay, we're all set with that one. So now back down to the Format button, Video. Let's pick MP4 this time and convert. And see, that one's much faster. One last time, Format, Video, Ogg-Theora, and convert to Ogg-Theora. This one's pretty quick as well. Okay, So I've now converted my movie file into 3 different formats I can work with. Okay, I need to go find those files because they're not in my root folder. So the easiest way here is look for this button right here with the gear on it. I'm going to click on that. And then this text right here that says show output folder, it acts like a link. So I click on it and there we go. It opened up the folder and you can see my 3 files there. I'm going to go ahead and quit out of the video converter while I'm at it. I don't need that anymore. Okay, so here they are. I have an MP4 file, I have an OGG Theora file, and I have a WebM SD file. So those are my 3. And you can go find where they're saved. So they're on my hard drive, they're down in the users folder under movies, but that link is the easiest way to get there. So I need to move these 3 over here into my root folder. I'm actually going to create a new folder over here first. I want to put a new folder just to create my page in. So I'm going to create a new folder. I'm going to right click and say new folder, and I'm going to say HTML5 video. And that's where I'm going to work. I'm going to open that. Okay, now these, I want these in this folder. I'm treating this as my root folder now. I could just drop them in, but I really don't want to. Like we do with images, we don't throw them in loose. We use an images folder. I'm going to go create one more folder here, and I'm going to name it media. You could call it video, you could, whatever works for you. I'm going to call it media. Now I'm going to grab those 3 files and then move them over to my media folder. There we go. Okay, now they're in my root folder. I can go close out that Miro folder right there. Okay, so now I've done the conversion, and we can actually go start working on the page itself. So I've already launched Dreamweaver, logged into that, and you can see over here, so there's my Project 3 demo folder, there's the HTML5 video folder I just created, media, there's my 3 files right there. So I need to create a new page to put this on. So let's just go up to File and say New. Okay, new document. HTML, no framework. Make sure you leave it on HTML5. Okay, leave that alone. And then you can give it a title. Just convenient to do it here. I'm just going to say waiting for coffee. That seems to be my topic. And once I'm done with that, I'm going to say create. There's my page. Let's get myself put over here in a design view. There we go. So we see our code. Okay, next step, I might as well save the page. That'd probably be my best bet. I'm just going to name it index.html. Okay, that's the correct folder, so make sure you're in the right folder. Say save. And let's see, I'm going to do just a little bit of CSS, so I might as well go to the CSS designer over here and give myself an external file. So create a new CSS file. Browse to make sure I'm in the right folder. Good, I'm still in the right spot, and I'm just going to call it styles.css. Save that there. Leave that at link, say OK. Okay, now I have somewhere to save some CSS as well, and I'm going to go up and do a save all. Okay, before I put the video on the page, I want to do just a little bit of prep work, just kind of some minimal structure. Like I want to put a container div on here. So let's go up to Insert, Div. Let's see, it's a container, so that means it's going to be an ID. Okay, and I'm going to use the new CSS rule button here. I like that convenience. It's an ID, pound container, and oh, there we go, good. Make sure you're saving it in your external file. Okay. And I'm just going to go for the basics. I'm going to go for box here, set 1000 pixels wide, and I want to center it. So I'm going to go to my margin and set left and right to auto. I think that's all I'm going to do. I could go give it a background color. I could do whatever else to it, but I'm just going to do that. So I'm going to say OK and OK. Very good. There we go. Okay, the one other thing I wanted here before my video is I want a headline. So I'm going to say waiting for coffee. And I'm going to select that type. Again, that's a right click, change it to a heading 1. That'll work for now. Okay, so now I'm actually ready to start putting my video on the page. Now we want it to go after this heading right here. So I know a lot of times probably how you would approach it is you would click there and you would hit a return, and now you have a spot to put it there. Okay. When you do that, I just want to point this out. When you do that, see, there's my H1 I was on. By hitting return, it puts a paragraph there. And that's going to put my video in a paragraph, and there's no need for it to be in a paragraph. And that can cause me some problems later for CSS and such. So I'm just going to delete that out of there, and I'm going to insert my video right there after the H1. So probably what I would have done, instead of clicking here and hitting return, I would just go to code and put my cursor after the H1 so that I put my insert there. Okay, so let's get to putting the video in place. I'm going to come up, we go to insert, go down to HTML, slide over, and come down to HTML5 video. Okay, just gives us a little icon for the moment, but we can look in code, we can see there's our new video tag. Okay, and then if I come look at properties, there's a lot of stuff I can work with down here. The primary thing we need is, you see source right here, alt source 1 and alt source 2. Those link up to the 3 files that we have. So I need to come over and get my files panel back, and see there's my media files there. So I'm going to link those up. So I'm going to make sure that I have my, go right here and click on the video icon. I can see down here what I'm looking for. I can zoom just a little bit maybe. Now one little clue on this is you put the source in, make sure you click in the source field there, and then I'm just going to use the target and point, and I'm just going to go for the top one and put it in place. I'm going to go to alt source 1, click in it, click on that and point to the second file right there. And the reason you click in it first, I'll show you on this last one. If I don't click in it first and I just point to the third one, it doesn't put it in for some reason. So you actually have to click in it. Then I'm going to go here and link up my third one. Okay, so there's my 3 source files linked up right there. And the one other thing I have to do right here is you find this spot right here that says fallback text. This is text that is going to be displayed if it is the browser is unable to play any of these. So I'm going to click there and just say, sorry, your browser does not support HTML5 video, period. And I'm done with that. Okay, so we are really close to being done, actually. In fact, this should work now. I'm going to come back up here and go to live. In fact, let's just go to live. Get rid of the split. You can see my preview. If I go hit the play button, you see it actually plays okay on here. So I can pause that. So we're actually working at this point. Let's show you the code. I want you to see how the code is working on here. Okay, so again, here's my video tag. So there's my open video tag, there's my close video tag, and you note that in it we have a source tag. That's new to us. We've seen src for source. Okay, but this source is a video source. I have 3 of them, one for each. So source, and then the src points into my media folder. I have my mp4, I have my og Theora, and I have my webm SD. Okay, so I've got 3 different sources, and then that fallback text is just a paragraph here. So the thing that's probably not obvious at the moment is that it kind of looks like it would do all of these, but what it's really going to do is it just works its way through. It tries the first one. If it can accomplish the first one, it's done. If not, it moves on to the second one. So in this case, it would try to play the MP4. If the browser can't do that, it tries the og Theora. If it can't use that one, it tries the webm. If that doesn't work, then it just displays the paragraph here. Okay, so that's how this is working within the video tag. Also notice that it says controls right here, and that just means that I get my play button, my volume, things like that. Okay, so there's the code, pretty straightforward. Also down here in the properties panel, just a couple other things. You can assign, let's make sure I'm in the right place, on my video tag. That's better. On my video tag, okay, so here's my sources again. I can assign the width and the height to it. At the moment it's going to go with its default, what it was shot at. I can assign a class or an ID. And then down here, you see here's where controls is turned on. I can tell it to loop, I can mute it, I can make it autoplay, or I can preload. Okay, so those are other settings I have available there. Okay, so pretty straightforward as to how this works. Let's see. As far as styling goes, I might just leave it like this. I did want to point out though that say I wanted to put a border around the video. The way we've approached this so far, we probably would wrap the video in another div. We would set the width to be the same width as the video by using CSS, and then we would apply the border to that div. I do want to point out, I'm going to go back to the CSS designer. With the video selected, I can come over here to selector and hit the plus, and I'm going to simplify that with the up arrow, and you see I get the video tag. Okay, so you can put CSS on any HTML tag. So this video tag would work. I could go apply a border here, something like that. Okay, so I think that's about it for this. It's a pretty straightforward approach to it. I could now upload and go check it out on the live website, make sure it's still working there. Obviously when I upload, I've got to make sure that my media folder goes up or it's not going to work, so those files have to go up. So anyway, hope that helps, and I will see you guys soon.